Hi, so today we're going to show you how to make a basic congee, or a juk as it's called in Chinese. So basically there's just a few basic ingredients that you need. So a medium or short or long grain rice is fine. It's probably better than a jasmine or arborio rice. Then some spring onion, sesame oil, and some fish sauce, ginger, and some garlic. So there's a few basic steps we'll run through. A measuring cup will probably help as well. So let's just get cooking in a minute, and I'll run you through 4 basic steps. It's going to take about 2 hours. So we have a garlic, probably a clove to probably half a clove is enough. So around about that amount, maybe the size of a 50-cent piece. Also some ginger, which we're going to cut into slivers like matchsticks. So around about that much ginger. And that's all we're going to use for the moment. Later on we'll be adding also some spring onion, just 1 stalk, some fish sauce, squid brand is the one that I use, I find it's quite a nice one. Also some sesame oil, just pure sesame oil. And some lemon, just some lemon juice, and this goes at the end. So at the moment all we need is a measuring cup, and the ratio we're going to use is 1 cup of rice to 15 cups of water. So that's a 1 to 15 ratio, and that's a basic Chinese congee ratio. Okay, so because I've done half a cup of rice and it's a 1 to 15 ratio, I'll just I'll cut that amount in half, so I'll do maybe, because I've got half a cup, if I had 1 cup of rice I would do 15 cups of water, but I've got half a cup, so I'll do about 8 cups of water in with my congee now. So 1, 2, 3, and so on, and I do 8 of those. Okay, so now we've got just water and rice in there, and what we're going to do is we'll put in some salt. So I'll put in, let's say, maybe 2 tablespoons of salt, small tablespoons. And I might take some stock. Now I'd probably use, for 1 cup of rice, I'll probably use 1 stock, but I want a fairly mild congee, so I'm just going to use about 1/3 of 1 mussel stock. Pop that in there. And then I'm going to use my garlic, and then my ginger. So that's all we need at this stage, very simple. So very simple base stock, little bit of stock, little bit of ginger, a little bit of salt, rice and water, and that's it. And then we put that in the boil for about 3 hours. So bring it up, put it on high heat, bring it up to the boil, and then turn it down, let it simmer. So we'll put that on the stove now. Okay, so now we've got a small burner there. You can see that size of that burner. It's probably one of the smaller burners. So we put it on that, on a high heat. Give it a little bit of a stir. You don't want to agitate the rice too much. Give it a bit of a stir. And you want to keep checking it so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Leave that on. Put the lid slightly ajar, just so you've got a bit of the steam can make its way out. And we'll probably check that in another 15 minutes. We want to, or maybe 5 to 10 minutes actually. We'll check it to make sure it's not boiling too hard, and then we'll turn it down. Then we're going to leave it for about another 1.5 hours, stirring it every maybe 15-20 minutes. Okay, so I like in my congee a little bit of chicken as well. So I usually just do quite fine slices of chicken. Just a little bit, because we haven't got that much congee. So even that'll be enough. Just do it in small cubes. Just like that. And we can even just pop that straight into the congee. So I'm going to pop that straight into the congee now. It's only been on for about 3 minutes. It's going to cook for another 2 hours, so that's going to be well cooked by the time we're done. Okay, so the congee's been cooking for about an hour and a half now. We could probably leave it on for about another half an hour more, but I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So as you can see here, it's reduced to about 1/5 or a quarter of the level that it was before. So the water level was probably about up to there, and now it's reduced down to this. Now that's a pretty good consistency, so maybe an hour and a half is actually quite enough for the 1:15 ratio. So you can see now there, it's just like porridge. So it's basically just a rice porridge. Now what we might do is we'll ladle this out into a bowl. So you can see here we've probably got about, you know, about 3 or 4 bowls worth of congee. So our chicken's cooked very well now. Now what we might do, like I was saying before, if you've got a cold or flu, you might, or just for taste, you might just want to put some spring onion on top there. Then what I like is a bit of lemon juice. We just squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on top. And then a little bit of sesame oil, just a couple of drops. And a little bit of squid, fish sauce. Doesn't actually have squid in it, but it's just the brand. And that's it. And then a spoon. And give it a bit of a mix around. I actually like it a little bit more watery than that, so I might even add a little bit of water to that. But that's ready to eat. And that'll taste beautiful, so you can eat that then and adjust it to your flavour. Everyone has personal tastes, but have that for breakfast in the morning, and that'll strengthen up your digestive system really well. And if you've got a cold, it'll just help to clear it. If you do have a cold, just have a good bowl of this, quite as hot as you can take it without burning your tongue, just before you go to bed. So, good bowl of congee just before bed, and then wrap up and you'll start to sweat a little bit, and that'll help get rid of your cold as well.